Hello, good night. Dear friends, English-speaking French speakers and all the communities that support us around the world. We are going to share with you today the petition filed with the Saarbrücken Court of Appeal by the mother of Paul Edward below. I am appealing the decision of the Saarbrücken District Court declaring that it has no jurisdiction to judge the cases concerning my son Paul Edward Jr. and my daughter Michella-elwire. I refer to the fact that all decisions executed by the Jugendamtering by the so-called Family Affairs Judge of Saarbrücken, whether it concerns my son Paul Edward, so she explicitly ordered isolation and even torture by all means as long as he did not give up the idea or the wish to live with me, his mother. Also, while my son was hospitalized at the clinic in Malaga, Spain, where I don't know where. Mr. Ulrich, after I went to the police to file a complaint to the Spanish officer that it depended solely on the court in Saarbrücken, which had given him, by way of judicial decisions, absolute parental authority over my son Paul Edward. As a result, I, the mother, had no right to see my son or to be able to recover his body in the event of his death. I had to go back to Malaga after the death of my son, but despite all my insistence and all the evidence provided, the clinic, the police told me that I had no rights over my son. This judge must explain to me why. And that all the competent judicial decisions were those of Saarbrücken, in particular that of the District Family Court, to which Mr. Ulrich declared to be accountable. So it is out of the question that today this judge declares herself incompetent and says that no other court would have jurisdiction in this case. Because so far I don't know what has become of my son's body, and I ask that he be returned to me. I stand by all the complaints filed concerning all parties involved in his assassination by torture and isolation. And I ask the Saarbrücken Court of Appeal that justice be done. As for my daughter Michella-elwire, it was the same family court judge who ordered her deportation to another small town in Saarbrücken, and during all this time had jurisdiction over my daughter and suddenly became incompetent. Strange justice in Germany. Much obscurity in the procedures. Please note that my children were kidnapped by the Jugendamt of Saarbrücken, and it is the same court which has not ceased to cooperate with this Mrs. Jutta Netman for the destruction of my children and my family. So Mr. Madam the judges of the Saarbrücken Court of Appeal, this judge cannot withdraw today after the assassination by torture of my son Paul Edward, the abuse suffered by him and by my daughter, so I have always denounced on many occasions before your prosecutor of Saarbrücken, the Saarbrücken District Family Court, and even before this Court of Appeal, and nothing has ever been done to sanction or correct this. In addition, the mother of the children never poisoned these children, unlike Jutta Netman, who dares to quote me in her letter, the latter who killed my son Paul Edward by complicity in torture and drug poisoning. A complaint has been lodged against the alleged defendants, and so far the Saarbrücken prosecutor has still done nothing except send me the complaint from the family judge of the district of Saarbrücken and her accomplice Jutta Netman under the guise of her Jugendamt. From now on her name will be mentioned publicly, since she believes that she is within these rights. Waiting for justice to be done. Please accept the expression of my consideration. Share, like. Thank you for your support. See you very soon for the rest of the fight.